Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Seasonal Tokens Podcast, where Polar interviews people so you can do more investing and less gambling.
We're definitely doing a lot of stuff to introduce people to the crypto world. So like we have started talking in the beginning, you are probably doing a lot of investing in crypto also. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you're actively investing in crypto, right?
Yes, actively investing both personally and then on a company basis where we hold part of our company reserves in crypto and one or two NFTs.
Okay, that's great. And you're giving a very great example, I would say. I haven't heard someone else talking about keeping some of their financial reserves in crypto, but I believe that this is the future for Web3 companies if they are going to call themselves a Web3 company. So based on your experience, I'm sure that you have gone through different cycles in crypto and you have seen the good and the bad and the worst. So why do you think people should start investing in crypto when it is such a volatile market and people can lose all their holdings in just a second?
What you can see right now is, for example, people like Ronaldo and big influencers start to join the space. Why? Because generally investors, companies view when the market has gone down a lot as lower risk when it's something that they believe in the long term. Why? Because when you get in at the top, that's at the time where most people want to buy, but it's the riskiest. So, well, if you believe in it in the long term, to go in, it's very hard to say exactly when, but right now, in a few weeks, in a few months, buy a little bit over time. If you can save the money for another 3 to 5 years, it can be a very good investment. However, as a company, it's always very important to also hold stable coins as a part of a portfolio.
Okay, yeah, we mentioned this in our conversation before we started the recording of the podcast, that you are very much about investing in crypto and stable coins also. So can you tell us more about your strategy related to that?
So when we have a customer, then most of them pay with crypto, and then they pay with USDT, USDC, or BUSD. And this is after we have done, like they have submitted their passports, fill out forms, and done all of the regulatory things that are needed on us as a company. With these funds, more or less all of our expenses as a company are always in fiat, in euros, dollars, or in fiat money. However, some parts of the profits we also hold in crypto. What you see right now is that this is starting to become a more common strategy, but then in the bull market, what people do is that they start to leverage up. So they start to hold Bitcoin with like a leverage of 2. And then when it all goes up and the market continues to rise, then it's very good. You make a lot of money and you believe that you're invincible, and then you leverage up even more and more. But when it goes down, then it usually doesn't work out too well. So I think on a company basis, we held maybe around 20 to 30% of our company reserves in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then 70% in stablecoins. And that has served us very, very well, because now we are in a very good opportunity to start investing more. So now we are closer to 50-50 because we have gotten into some more Ethereum, especially. Very excited to see what will happen with the merge, because we want to have some Ethereum nodes where you can stake 32 Ether, and then you get, I think it's around 5% a year for staking Ether.
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting strategy, I would say. So based on what you're saying, I believe that this gives you a very great potential when the time comes to invest more in the things that the company needs in order to scale and expand more. So I think that every company should adopt what you're doing, especially if they're in the Web3 world or they want to transition from Web2 to Web3. I think that this is a very, very wise idea. So you have done a great job doing that. So like we have already talked, you have been during bull and bear markets, and you have seen people doing different things in both markets. So what do you think a person should do during a market like the one that we are currently in, like a bear market?
The best investment that you can do, that you will never lose money on, is education. And if you play it right, then it will give the best return of any investment that you can make. So in markets like these, on YouTube, you can find hundreds and hundreds of videos. If you go to Udemy, you can find hundreds of other Web3 crypto courses. So I think that the best investment to do right now is in educating yourself. If you have some extra funds to use, I am always going back to Bitcoin and Ethereum because they have kind of proven themselves as much as you can in the crypto markets, as well as are relatively lower risk than jumping into the hottest new thing. When you've been in the crypto market for around 5 years, then I've probably heard 5 or 6 different currencies that were supposed to be the new Bitcoin, and so much better, so much faster, so much this. Most of them are barely in the top 100 anymore, and they never will be. Why? Because I think in the beginning I underestimated branding and focused more on like the specs, like fast transactions, low transaction fees, but a lot of these that promises to do everything super duper fast at no cost don't work, or are very centralized, or it's like one whale that holds 40% of the coins and will just start to dump it as soon as the price goes up. So that's kind of why Bitcoin and Ethereum are the ones that I would go for.
Okay, so that's if you are in a bear market, if you have decided to jump during a bear market. So what do you think a person should do if he has the chance and the opportunity to jump in during a bull market?
In a bull market, I think that you probably can get a very good job at some company and then start to earn money that you then can invest, instead of just believing that it will continue forever and that you can live on your profits. Because living on the profits, if the price goes up, is always a scary thing. I quite enjoy these accounts like on Twitter called Coinfessions, and the Wrecked Guy is basically people that are submitting anonymous quotes about how their crypto career worked out. And you can hear quite a few of them that talks about like, okay, so I was trading crypto in the bull market, made a lot of money. Now I had to apply for a job because it's starting to go down. So I think in a bull market, be happy with what you do. Do some sort of a job that brings in new money that is not coming only from the investments that you're making, because that amount you want to reinvest. But I think you should have some external source that is bringing more and more money into, let's say, your investment career.
Absolutely. It's definitely a trend to see a lot of people being like, we're going to the moon, we're going to all drive one bus and things like that during a bull market. And after that, when the bear market comes, because it always comes, it's part of the nature. Like these guys, they just disappear, delete their accounts, or start writing very, very scary tweets, what they are going to do, how they're going to live now when they have lost everything. So like it's funny, but at the same time it's tragic to watch people like that advising people to follow them and do what are they doing, and after that, when everything collapses, they just can't do anything to help their followers.